by taking our toilet paper roll and making marks on either side for our mouth. So it's about 2 centimeters long that you can then use an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors to cut out. You're gonna have 2 sets on either side. Once you have those, I took my scissors and I cut out the in-between by going horizontal between the two lines. So what you end up with is kind of the square holes here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pinch those down. So we're going to push down and pinch out. And then you can use your fingers to kind of smooth that crease. And this is going to be the mouth mechanism to make our puppet open and close. You can also curve out your lines at the top of your head and the mouth just to smooth out and kind of round the edges of your bat. Once you're happy with your shape, we're going to move on to painting. So I started with a brown layer just because I would like to be able to see all the textures on my bat. You could also do black and choose to do black and gray instead. I went with brown and black. We're going to draw out our features now. I want ears, eyes, a nose, and also some wings. In order to do my wings, I just folded a piece of paper in half so that they would look symmetrical on either side. Once I had them cut out, I'm using a mixture of white glue and water, and I'm taking tissue paper in order to create the kind of thin skin texture between the wings of a bat. So a bat's wings are made of 2 layers of stretched skin. This membrane is called a patagium. In order to give that effect, I'm using tissue paper, and then I'm pinching it with my fingers to kind of give the appearance of veins. And I can layer the tissue paper on top just to kind of create a nice effect. While that's drying, I can do my second layer of paint. So this one I'm doing a darker brown and I'm using a dry brush. So I'm not adding any water and I'm just lightly brushing along to kind of give the texture of hair. I'm also going in the direction that an animal's hair would lay. And then I'm repeating the process again, with this time with black. So you can see here I'm going upwards because that's the direction the hair on a bat wing would go. And then you can fill in the rest of your colors. The same thing with the wings. I'm going to do a light layer of brown, and then I'm going to do little patches of darker colors just to give some texture. Once I'm happy, I can do the outside of my wings with a nice black. And this is what it looks like when they're all finished. So I have my wings, I did some legs and vampire teeth, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. In order to make our puppet, we're going to create the mech for our finger. So this I've just have a little piece of cardboard that I've then rounded on the table. I'm going to bend it in order to create tabs that fit around my finger. And then you can glue those down with hot glue or white glue. So I'm just putting it at the top of my puppet. And now my finger will nicely insert, and I can use it to open and close its mouth. For the wings, I'm just going to reinforce the little section in the middle there because it's going to have some movement. And then I'm going to take some wire and I can cut it to length, and I'm going to bend it and twist it in order to have a little more strength. If you don't have wire, you could also use pipe cleaners. It will be a bit thicker, but it'll also work. I'm just going to twist along to get the reinforcement. And then I'm going to bend my ends and crease in the middle to create that V shape. I'm going to mark out where I'm going to put my wire, cut it out with the X-Acto knife, and then I'm just going to slide each one in and then glue them down in place. And now I'm just going to start assembling the rest of my features. So I'm putting the teeth on the inside. I'm also choosing to curve my bat's ears, just to give it a nice little texture. I've created some hair. I also did some legs just kind of by bending like an accordion, just to give a little bit of bounce to my puppet. And then I've done my eyes and my nose. In order to do our wings, I'm just going to glue it at the back at the top. We don't want to close off our mouth, so it's just going to stick at the top there. To use our puppet, we are going to put our index finger into the slit at the top here to control the mouth, and then we're going to use our thumb and our middle finger to move the wings. And now we can pulse.